G'day guys. Here is a perfect example of why you do not put a VCO in one of these old detectors. If you can see on the screen there, I don't know if you can see, I'll just zoom it in a bit. Can you see where that transition is there, where it goes into transmit? And you see it wobbling around. I've got it zoomed in at 3.6 2 microseconds between those two measuring lines, and you can see that even if I adjust the VCO, you have a look at the noise there, it doesn't go away, it just stays there. So even changing the frequency, it looks like, well, as the this belongs to Victor, and Victor, low frequency is something. So Victor, I am going to fix this issue. This is Minelab. Do not put VCOs in detectors. These ones are all crystal controlled, and like I say, the later ones are all LC with an inductor and a capacitor, and it's basically done to reduce phase noise, get rid of noise sidebands that will be propagated throughout the whole system in the clocking cycles and wreak havoc on the noise floor of the detector. So some of these are out there doing the dance of noise. So it's not a good thing at all. This one here has had extensive modifications. I think that it's had a couple of bites of the cherry on this thing. You can see in there, oh, dare I put the audio on? I'll put the audio on for you so you can hear this. Okay. Yeah. Most of that is that phase shift, and probably a little bit of 50 hertz getting into it as well. But we'll open him up and let's have a look. I need something, where's my plastic stick? You got to hold these open with something plastic, or else if you don't, how about a toothbrush? There we go. We'll stick a toothbrush in there. Well, that's what my cleaning brush anyway. So if you can have a look in here, I'll just move this around a bit. I'll give you an idea how these, if you have a look here, like I say, I don't know who did what on this detector, but if you have a look here, that's where the extra crystals are, and it all just wobbles around. That's how it was. There's no glue or anything there, and the black is the crystal module, and this yellow thing in heat shrink is the added VCO. And if we have a look at the, I'll just turn this off so don't blow anything up. I've done plug it. We'll give it a spin around. Like I say, I don't know who did what to this, but let's have a look at it. But Victor is not happy. And if we have a look here, there you go. You got a switch for your VCO, 2.8 to 3.2 megahertz, and 900 kilohertz to 1.2 megahertz. You can do that. Use a VCO, and that's a VCO tune. pretty dark, isn't it? I need more light from above. Yeah, and here you got number 4 positions of VCO, the other positions are crystals. So I can tell you what's more stable. Definitely the crystals. So what else has been done to this? Like I say, it's had some capacitors changed here. One there, and they've put in, well, someone has. They've removed the polypropylene capacitors here. There's 3 of them, and they put in polystyrenes. So polystyrenes are a very, very, very good capacitor, and yeah. So even though I don't even know what value they are, they're meant to be 10. I think they're 10 nanofarads from memory. I have it written down somewhere. Some of these are 10. Some are 33. I think the later detectors are 33. These might be 10. Not sure, because I would have had no reason to pull them out. So, yeah. So then anyway, that's this detector. It has extra controls on the front. I think what actually happens is that when you use low frequencies, you do not get enough channel 2 ground balance injection, and that's been pretty standard from day dot. So let's have a look. So on here we have gain settings for channel 1 and channel 2, and smooth mode. Okay, well, smooth mode is just some capacitors here stuck on a switch, which with vibration will break off, in my opinion. Okay, so, and there we go, extra ground balance. So when you run out of ground balance, you can add some more. And if I check that out, I'll just see where that goes. And I'm trying to have a look around here. Okay. It goes in, I'm pretty sure it doesn't go where I would do it. It goes somewhere else. Let me have a look. Maybe they're wired that on channel 1. I don't know. Anyway, that's that is Victor. That's your detector. So I'll have to clean it up for you and get rid of that wobble out of the VCO, because that's why your low frequency is not working. It's oscillating back and forth. If you don't, I've got this on 10 times magnification, so maybe if you haven't got a very fast oscilloscope or magnification on your oscilloscope, you don't see things like that, and you just think it's okay, and it'll sit there and do a wobulation. But that's to do with the VCO design itself. I should open it up. It's probably, we'll see if it's something from AliExpress or something. How's that? That might be an idea. How about we do an investigation and we'll see what's in there? Because I can see the result of it, but okay, this will be fun. It needs to be put in properly anyway, because at the moment it's just bouncing around. So we'll get rid of this green cable tie, and we'll get rid of this black cable tie, and hopefully in here we'll see what it is. Like I say, you got to stick something plastic in there to hold everything out of the way. So I just don't want to cut any wires. But we'll have an examination. We'll just see what this thing is. Very thick material. Actually, I'll do it at the back of the board. It might be better. But this is it's going to be interesting anyway to see what is locked up in the magic heat shrink. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough stuff. Like the 4-to-1 shrink stuff. Oh, look at this. Here we go. I think this might be a made-up a homebrew circuit board of some sort. Let's have a look. Now I'm intrigued. Normally I don't open up stuff like this on people's detectors from other people who've been in there, because I sort of say like it's not really my issue. But this one is, because it's come in for that problem and I have to fix it. So let's have a look here. And there's your VCO. I'll zoom in on that so you can have a look at the VCO circuit. It is a version of a home brewy thing or something. Not just get in and you can have a look at it. Okay. Oops. Well, that's your VCO. Now, you know how that was all wobbling around everywhere? It wasn't actually cemented anywhere hard to the board. And if we go over the back of that, it doesn't have a ground plane. There's no ground plane on it whatsoever. And okay. So I don't even know what that chip is. I could probably zoom in, right in, and have a look at it. But I've got a microscope, I can do that. But anyway, that's a VCO circuit. And yeah, I won't say anything about that. You can make up your own minds about that. But that is that. That is that. So yeah, like I say, I think someone did this once upon a time, and then someone's done it again. And yeah, I don't know about that VCO in there. Jesus. I'm going to have to say it because it's damn obvious, right? You have a look at that in there, right? It doesn't even have any power supply stabilization capacitors for a low impedance path back to ground or anything. It's very much a floater. Gee, I don't know who put it in. I really have no idea, and I will say that I would not design anything that looked like that without. Look, I tell you, the more I look at it, oh my God, it's a floating high impedance noisemaker. That's what that is. That actually probably needs to be cut out and the low frequency crystal put in. But dear me. See, this is what I end up with, and have to fix it for people. So that is that anyway. Oh dear. Like I say, it's what I have to deal with. I mean, fancy building something like that. I don't know who did it. I don't know, but you know, because if I have a look at this, it looks like at one stage it had uh, by that multi-position switch in there. I'm guessing. I was gonna. Oh no, I was gonna say it was early Barry Johnson modifications. It's not. It's not Barry Johnson modifications because, as far as I can tell, a lot of things are in their original position where he used to move them around. So that is not an issue. But Jesus, I am. Yeah, I am scratching my head how that even actually works without generating a whole heap of diva on the time base. I think that because you can run such a low frequency on this, that maybe it's not particularly noticeable, but I think that it probably is. There's a better. I might put a VCXO in it, or something of that nature, because that just doesn't cut the mustard. That is interesting to say the least. I can't get over there's no supply capacitors actually near the active devices on the board. That's when it gets me. You know, uh, if I did something like that when I was working for, I used to work for Electronic Design Laboratories. I used to work for Philips and many interesting places over the years. I used to do work with people making microwave link equipment, and um, if I did something like that, I'd get sacked straight away. I'd be out the door because it's just basically come on, any of you guys out there who do electronics for a living, you tell me. You tell me what you think about this thing with no capacitors. There's no filtering capacitors on the rail. There's no low impedance path back to its ground, and that is just acting like an antenna, right? Any clocking noise and any out of this fourth or this CMOS dividers and everything, there's a good chance it's just going to couple straight into that and make a bucket of noise. So that's it's just quite funny overall. So that's that. That is that thing. So yep, Victor, I know why your low frequency is yeah, dog output. We'll call it. I don't know. We'll call it yellow frequency is in the brown or something of that nature. So I will try and fix up this detector for you. But yeah, there's so much knobs and buttons and things. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there, right? I'm not going to go there. Okay. Um, Gee, so many knobs and buttons. Look, here's the one I just did low frequency, and it's the same thing, right? Um, Basically, it has variable gain put on it, right? Now you notice too that I don't do variable gain as in two knobs. You only need to do it on one control because if to tell you how these things work, if you actually don't want to hear channel 1 or channel 2, or just want to use channel 1 or use channel 2, you don't need dual gain control. All you need to do is flick it like that, and it will just work in channel 2. Flick it like that, it'll just work in channel 1, both channels together. You set your gain, and yeah, I've just increased the ground balance injection on channel 2 for the low frequency, and that was just a matter of changing one resistor inside it and adding a crystal. And you know, this one here, this is the already existing modifications that was done by Barry Johnson. They're Johnson Detector Service, Wedderburn, Victoria. Yeah, that would have been done many, many years ago, where Barry would put in just an extra couple of frequencies. So you'd have the two standard and a couple of higher ones. You probably change the crystal to put in something like I think we used to put in 3.2 and 3.5 something or other color burst, color TV crystals, and that was that. And all he's done is moved the tone. The tone was here. The tone is now there, and you have your crystal control. So that is a simple and less complicated way of doing it. So yeah, and it won't have the issues that's got. Oh dear me, sorry, but yeah. So this one was just variable gain and deep mods, which it's got, and yeah, keep it simple. But yeah, lots of knobs and switches and buttons. I try and keep even my GPX modifications. I try and keep them simple, that you don't need to twirl this knob, and that switch and whatever else, trying to make the thing work. It's you can you can do the same thing and get the same end result just by keeping it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Just got to use very good quality componentry and know what you're doing, and it works out fine. So I don't know what you guys think about that the floaty VCO. You know, I don't know if look. I might get in there and add some power supply capacitors very close around the circuit, and see if I can get that jitter out of it. But that is a lesson in not how to do things. That is just yeah. I mean, you got something here. It's goes up to 3.2 megahertz as an oscillator, and it's just sitting around floating like that, just jammed up with the crystals floating around in the board. And this would probably change frequency through varying proximity. So maybe as you swing it or something, it moves inside. I don't know. I didn't design it. Thank God. But yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss to even explain how or why that was done like that. I don't know, and I don't know who did it. It's got no branding on that unit itself. So yeah, it's looks like something that came out of Elector magazine or something like that. Dear me. But I'll see if I can stabilize it, get the jitter out of it. If I can save it, I will. If I can't, I've got some DDS boards, which are direct digital synthesis boards anyway, which I've got to run through a filter to get rid of a lot of the sideband parts of the waveform that comes out of them. I could put one of those in there, and it's basically a phase lock loop system on it, so it'll keep it stable, unlike what these detectors operate like. That's why they're crystal controlled. Uh, so yeah, you probably need a PLL system on your oscillator to keep it stable if you're going to do something like that. But you know, there's ways and means. There's ways and means. But that is interesting. That is very interesting. And yeah, there's some sort of little oscillator chip in there. So what I will do, how about I fix it? I'll fix it up. I'll fix it up. I'll make another video of the fix up. We'll see if we'll get rid of all that phase jitter and stuff and shut it up and basically make this detector work in the low frequency range. But I just thought I'd put that there because people are probably running around with these detectors and they've got VCOs and they're going, oh, the low frequency doesn't work very well or whatever. And if it has all that phase jitter, well, I can fully understand why. So just letting you guys know that if you do have one and it's, yeah, sounds a bit rough around the edges, you'll know why. Anyway, enough waffle on this. And I'll get into it and I'll make another video. So Victor, I'm going to fix up your low frequency brown problem and see if we can make it all behave for you. Anyway, catch us, guys.